Wait, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast. And as usual, we got the singing man. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, I always offer the singing mic.
Yeah.
Get on it.
We riffing, we're gripping. Hey, I kind of want to walk. To this. I feel like walking.
I forgot how ghetto you are.
I know. I just was like, wait, let me chill.
Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. With Chaunte Wayans.
Hey now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't know about the pipes?
You got the little panty dropper voice right there.
I said, Chaunte Wayans.
Yes. I love that.
And the singing mic is always here if you want to go to it.
If I want to get on it, okay.
If you want to get on the singing mic, get on it. As much as you need to. Make sure. Okay, let me hear how you sound again. How you sound good?
Chaunte.
We got to turn you way up. Ladies and gentlemen.
I'll talk up more.
No, it's okay. I'm look. You see me? I'm doing all this by myself. Like it's like when people are listening, like, is there an echo? Do I sound funny? But it's just like it's gonna sound fine there. This is just how it sounds when it's coming in like this. But we all good. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome to the podcast the very funny, my good friend I've known for many, many years, the hilarious Miss Chaunte Wayans.
Hey, Sean. Thank you.
Thanks for coming out.
I freaking love you, bro.
I'm glad you came on. It's like I was saying to you earlier, it's like, let's say you wanted the Jacksons to come on, Michael's not available. Jan is busy. Look, nobody can find LaToya. Randy's gone. I couldn't find Jermaine.
Dang, I can't even get above Jermaine or Tito.
Yeah, you
Can I at least
you like Lionel Jackson?
How about 3T? Can I get above 3T? They did
have
one hot single.
We're gonna put you at 3T in the Wayans family. You like
Yo, can I just tell you though? I actually seen them one time.
What, 3T?
No, remember when the last thing before he passed away, unfortunately, R.I.P. MJ. But he had a Neverland party, and he didn't show up for a while. And I brought a chick there to try to try to smooth her. I was like, you want to go get tickets to go see Michael Jackson?
Right.
Blah, 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 blah. So we go to this event, and he didn't show up for 3 hours.
Right.
And so third hour, I'm like, screw this. We start walking out, and I just saw the umbrella and fainted. I was like, I didn't even see him yet. I just saw the umbrella.
You talking about Michael Jackson?
I'm talking about Michael Jackson. But
sweet.
3T, his
the
father
whole
and mother
there?
was coming up.
That's dope.
And all that stuff. But I just saw his umbrella and was like,
this is it.
I don't think people understand the power. Like, do you have a favorite person that you'll go crazy?
Okay, listen. Okay, this is so. I'm so glad we starting with this because I got so many Michael Jackson stories. Okay, so my age, I'm all about Michael Jackson. Okay,
right.
So in 1984, I went to the Victory Tour at Dodger Stadium, and this is the height of his power. Okay, he was like the most famous anybody could possibly ever be in the history. And so I saw that, and then I just was a Michael Jackson fan. Forever. I remember watching Motown 25 live that night, and then the next day I came to school and everybody was trying to moonwalk.
Hilarious.
It was like that. So I got this crazy. But first of all, before we even go on, like I said, this is Chaunte Wayans. Okay, and she just had she was on the Netflix special produced by Tiffany Haddish, They Ready. Yes. It was you, Ida Rodriguez,
April Macy, Tracy Ashley, Marla Williams, and Monroe Flame.
And then so it's on Netflix streaming right now, so make sure you go watch it. This is legitimately one of the funniest people I know. The way her mind works, and we're gonna get into all this too. I mean, just being black, being lesbian, being a Wayans. Right. It's a lot.
You thought I was a Jackson, apparently, because
no, I was just using the analogy. It's like,
but you just like
listen. I call Keenan. He's
doing Last OG now. Like
Damon was busy. I couldn't even get Damon Jr.
You couldn't even get his kids? You couldn't get the baby that can't talk?
You know, Sean, Marlon. I was like,
so
which
bad.
Wayans can I get? My podcast people call you gotta get a Wayans.
And then you call me and you can't even pronounce my name right.
I know, I called it. Is Chaunte there?
What?
But anyway, let me tell you this Michael Jackson crazy story I have. So now he's but remember that 30-year anniversary concert he was gonna have in New York? Mm-hmm. Okay, so 30-year anniversary concert in New York, and my buddy of mine, Jeff, he knew this dude named Kevin. Okay, and Kevin, he told us that he was Michael Jackson's musical director. Okay. Now, I just got to say this about him. He is what do you call it? Not a habitual liar, but like one of those liars. It's like a disease.
No, that's exactly what that is.
Okay, so what happens is though, he has a little bit of truth. So he actually worked with Michael Jackson and he at a time. Okay. And then he was like on American Idol in the band. Okay. You can even see him on TV. Okay. You can see him.
Michael, don't let anybody.
Okay. Listen, you think we know this? There's a little bit of truth at the time. Okay. So he tells us he gonna get us tickets to the 30-year anniversary. Listen, I'm Michael's musical director, and we're gonna get you tickets to Michael's 30-year anniversary party. Okay,
his
serious. Show.
Like,
Dead serious. No. Jeff and I, my buddy Jeff and I, we get tickets to New York. I hit up my college roommate who lives in New York, and I'm like, bro, can we stay with you? It's just one night. He's like, dude. And then he goes through some changes because he don't have a good enough couch. Right. And he's one of these dudes that's like, I can't have people at my place without having a good couch. So he goes and buys a couch.
Oh,
okay.
my gosh.
Now,
wait. Is he going to the concert?
He's not going to the concert.
Oh, you're an asshole.
Wait, can I get this
okay,
bitch?
Sorry. You're an asshole. Okay, go ahead.
So then, all right, it's 2 weeks before the concert. We got the plane tickets and everything. And I say to Jeff, I go, yo, man, what, you got the tickets? Because I'm thinking they special too. They like gold plated with like, it's like Michael 30th anniversary. He's like, you know what? Actually, I don't have the tickets yet. Let me hit up Kevin. He hits up Kevin. Kevin's like, yo, I don't got the tickets yet, but don't worry. Just go to New York.
Oh, man.
Okay.
I like where this is going already.
Okay, so about 2 days before it's time to leave, the dude's wife calls Jeff and she says, listen, I'm so sorry, but he's been lying this whole time. And because turns out he lies about everything. Like he ain't paying the rent. He ain't paying their kids' bills at the school they go to. He just one of these dudes that just lies. So, but let me tell you, Chaunte.
Wait, no. I'm doing this because I'm going. Women will have your back to the end of the day if you're doing them right.
Yeah.
And the moment, like they wait, they pay attention to every fucking thing. And the moment you do some bad. Something that pissed them off.
You can lower the chair, by the way.
All right, I don't know.
I feel like you like.
I don't know if I should get like prepared.
No.
For
on
this
the side.
No.
No, on the side. You can like lower it a little bit. There you go.
This is worse. I feel like you're trying to set something up for me right now.
No. So you can like your legs can be on the ground. I lowered myself too.
I like swinging my legs.
Okay, well then lift yourself back up. Then I'm so sorry. I messed up the whole thing. You want to get up and do it again and move up?
No, we're gonna finish this.
I'm sorry, you just looked uncomfortable. You looked like you was like, okay, my legs aren't touching the ground. I don't feel like I'm on steady.
Now I'm going to go tell your business when I leave because you just pissed me off. But that's why I stopped you. I was just like, it's so funny how women, they literally absorb everything you're saying until the moment they need it. So I thought that was really funny that she called you.
Yeah, she called us to tell us like, but here's the thing that's really troublesome about the whole thing. This dude said, go to New York.
Right. You got your tickets already.
Yeah. So
he bought a new couch.
my roommate got a new couch. We got tickets to New York. And he said, just go to New York. Like people that habitual liars, you know what I mean? That would have kept the lie going. So then, but he was going to have us at will call talking about, Michael Jackson's musical director said, okay, it should be under Griffin. And we would have been like, oh no, okay, Kevin, he didn't, okay,
And at this time, you weren't like at a certain point in your career.
No.
Okay, so you just
this wasn't like
now you know how it feels to be a unknown Wayans who is walking up to comedy clubs like, yo, I'm Chaunte Wayans. They like,
but I'm just saying, let me just help you because it feels
what do
like
you?
I just feel like
move a lot.
Okay.
Eric, so
I'm just making sure. I want you to be comfortable.
I'm very comfortable, but
okay, that's the last time I'm even gonna mention it. Okay, but the thing is, like I said, he gonna have us in New York. I would have had my one glove on. You know what I mean? Because I would have moonwalked up.
What was the outfit though? What was the outfit? Do you remember?
I would have had on my Thriller jacket. you know what I'm saying? I would have walked up to Will Call like this. You know what I mean? I would have. Yeah. And then we up there like for 10 minutes, and you don't think I would have caused a scene? Like, no, go get the musical director. So I just felt like it was just, but anyways, we went through all that because we loved Michael Jackson. Like, there's just no not loving Michael Jackson at that time. You know what I mean?
So you never went?
No, we didn't. We didn't go to New York.
I still would have showed up.
No, we didn't go.
That's Michael Jackson.
Yeah, but we didn't go because we thought the dude was gonna. No, because the wife told us it was all.
You already bought the ticket.
I know, but we didn't buy. We didn't have the ticket to the concert.
What if you would have got there and saw the umbrella walking in the building? That's all you needed.
Yeah, you know what? No, but at this time, I'm sure he ain't walking through the front door. It's not 1962. You know what I mean? You got lucky that time. You know what I mean? It would have been like an underground limo. We wouldn't have even seen him.
Right.
Damn. But anyways, thank you for coming.
No, for sure. I love talking about Michael Jackson. They're so like.
So what do you think about the allegations and all that stuff then, and everything that's happened since? What's your thoughts on it?
I think it's really hard to love somebody who spreads so much love and not know what they've been through in life.
Oh,
and
you almost sound like you're giving him an excuse.
I am.
Like
I'm
you
trying
saying like,
to.
well, you know what? He deserved those boys,
bro. I gave up R. Kelly. I was DJing at this party recently, and I played. Rock with you and all this stuff, and black women up in there, and they like, yeah, rock with you. But then
I believe I can.
No, I play. I play "Step in the Name of Love."
Oh no, that's the wedding song. Right. That's the black wedding song.
How you not like "Step in the Name of Love"?
The whole place went crazy.
I had to put on wobbly. I was like, I'm so sorry, but she literally did one of these. She was like, rock with you. As soon as I switched it up, and I was like, I'm so sorry.
It's so crazy how people, I don't know. I've been on a deep dive about this. I've had many discussions about this, and I'm not even trying to I want to say this right now. I am not defending Michael Jackson. Right. I don't know here nor there about what really happened. And there's many people that are like, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? But my thing is this. That whole situation happened pre-social media.
Right.
Okay. So now
you couldn't Google that before.
No. My point about it is like there are so many people that have been researching this now. I'm talking about lawyers, legit journalists have been investigating, and because they're captivated by Michael Jackson and the whole story for 25 years. And now they have a voice and a place to put their stuff. If you start Googling Michael Jackson innocent or Michael anything, you will be shocked at all. Because first of all the court records are available.
Right.
Like it's so you can investigate so many things on your own. Like that documentary that just came out it's a travesty because first of all the guy's dead, he can't defend himself, and they didn't talk to anybody. But when you start looking up even things about them, you'll go down a rabbit hole and be like, I'm not a huge documentary guy. I think documentaries are important, but they should be taken with a grain of salt.
Right.
See, to me, documentaries is somebody trying to push their agenda. And when you put the word documentary on it, the people, the average consumer sees that and goes, well, this must be true.
Right.
This has to be true because it's a documentary.
Right.
But come to find out, no, this is just somebody pushing their own narrative. And you have to after you get this information, you have to go, okay, let me find out what else is going on. So that's what I felt about that particular documentary. And it's just amazing when you just start looking. I went down like a 3-hour rabbit hole.
Make me spend my whole day in the house.
I'll send you some links and you're going to be like, what?
But here's the deal too. It's also my biggest thing, and I agree with you, like, I don't know what was true or not. And I've been in situations, so I get how painful it
Yes.
can be. However, I think as parents, there's no way in hell. And I didn't even really watch the whole documentary, but just seeing the trailer and the parents talking about going to Neverland and getting on these rides and allowing their young child to be with this guy.
Well, but see, this is the thing too, is like, if it's just on the surface, if it was that, and I don't think it was that. I just think that that's what we've all putting together over the years, and that's what we've heard.
That.
No. It's actually way more than that. It's not as simple as like saying like, he came over and he slept in my bed. It's like so much more than that when you start to really dive into like what from the people's testimony themselves, or what people are saying about how it really happened. You know what I mean? I mean, was the dude weird? Yes. Did he have him, Michael Jackson? Was he weird? Yes. Did he have a weird upbringing? Yes. Was he like a regular person? He was too rich to be a regular person.
Here's what's funny though. I heard he was super regular at home. Like, he would talk to people and be like, yo, where the bitches at? Yeah. but he got a deep voice and everything.
No.
Yes, that's not his voice.
I want to rock with you. Oh, if he was still alive, like at 80, he would be doing that.
It's not gonna work. But I'm saying at home, I heard he actually has a deep voice.
Well, see, this is what I'm saying. These are all the kind of things that we don't know the ins and outs.
I should make my own YouTube page.
Yeah, you should. I don't know, but then like the R. Kelly, was that when R. Kelly busted out? How did you feel about that? What was your initial thoughts?
This is such a bad topic to talk about
why is that?
Because I look at both sides. And again, I experienced thing in my life. And I think what happens is, here's the deal. I think that people, they don't try to fix the system. They don't try to fix what's happening. So what happens is, out of all those girls that he did that to,
right?
I can almost promise that some of them wind up doing something hurtful to somebody else. And so, as they're the victims right now, they wind up becoming the monsters.
Well, that's what he's saying happened to him.
But that's what I'm saying. Your sister messes with you. You blow up like right after that. Like, you got all these yes men. It's almost more. I don't want to say more messed up, but the people that was protecting him.
Yeah.
Like,
they say that one guy in that documentary, he was ashamed. He was like, yeah, I doctored the documents or whatever. I was like, damn.
After how long though?
Yeah,
but you can't be that ashamed. That's money talking. But I think it's I'm not saying that R. Kelly is right and all this stuff, but then you gotta look at the rest of the world, because the rest of the world, after he did that, he did a party in Chicago, and these chicks showed up and was like, kidnap me, R. Kelly.
I know, but but that doesn't. Okay, I hear what you're saying, and that's just I think this is a comment on the state of how people are as humans and how psychologically things affect people. Because it's just like serial killers have groupies,
right.
But it don't mean that because they have groupies, it's okay to be a serial killer.
No, and I'm not saying
that has something. I know you're not saying that, but I'm saying I just want to make it clear that like I'm not, and I don't think that you're saying that you're condoning his actions. But the thing is, he was in a position of look. If you got money and you walking around the ghetto, you're in a position of power.
Right.
If you like, when the ice cream truck pull up and you like, who want ice cream?
Right,
Everybody want ice cream? Everybody coming out. Oh shit! This is like Nino Brown throwing turkeys to the.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's throwing turkeys to the poor people because it's like you becoming so if you now are in that position of authority, of power, of like influence, your actions are scrutinized more. No matter what this other person willingly does, like quote unquote willingly, it's like you're not supposed to do that.
Right. No, it's
you know what I mean.
I think more so it's a psychological thing, and I think that it's this is this is one of the worst topics to talk about, because I'm not trying to defend him at all.
No, I totally get that.
Psychologically, if you're not fixing the mental, then you just have a person who's screwed up in their head. And
I know, but
again, your sister smashed you, and I think his uncle or something.
His dad or uncle or somebody like that. It was some kind of horrible story.
Imagine like who's the closest person to you in your life.
Well, look, I understand it. I know we're talking about like it's like, you got to go to what's the origin, and then it's like the sins of the father trickle down to everybody else. And yes, but like there are a lot of people that even have gone through that didn't go out and do necessarily what he did, if what he did is true. But it's just, I just think that the we don't have to talk about this anymore. But to me, it's like what was crazy about it is that we all are actually culpable in this, because Aaliyah had a song, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. Like what I'm saying is like it was out there. Like when that documentary was going on and they were talking about him going to court and them getting married and all this, I thought, oh shit, we already knew she was underage.
Nobody
we
cared.
Already knew that they were in a relationship.
You remind me of my Jeep, like
you know what I mean? Aaliyah got it. Yeah. It's like I was like, damn. But anyways,
I don't think what he did was right.
Here's that topic. And it's gone.
It's gone.
Okay.
Anyway, so. Netflix special, August. It's out now streaming. They ready.
It's day ready. I love Tiffany. I've had her on the podcast, and good for her for trying to reach down, reach across, reach up, and just like get everybody together. You know what I mean? So that's good that she's doing that. But like, how has it been for you? Like, I'm starting to realize something. It's like, as a male comic, we have a catch-all, women be whatever it is, right? Yeah. But then what I realize is like the spectrum of like the different types of women is so vast.
Right.
It's actually probably why y'all don't always get along, because it's like they're not even the same creatures at certain age ranges.
Right.
Like these chicks on The View, these old bitches like, look, y'all over here fussing like a young girl will do some stuff and they up there like, you shouldn't be. Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, wow, you don't remember what it was like to be young, beautiful, and like,
You go hear they old specials. You're like, bitch, you don't remember all the stuff you said about dick?
Yeah, it's amazing, right? So I just realized, so then here you are in this little like, what a like weird spectrum to be in, Black woman in the United States, lesbian, comedian, not, it's like, how is that road been for you? Go.
Very hard. And I think I think I'm naturally just like a rebellious person, but I talk about I had an agent who was super flamboyant, and even him didn't want me to, like, he wanted me to be this like fabulous type of chick, you know what I mean? And I think that I mean, let's face it, like, a lot of dudes that like, take girls on tour, sometimes they're either attracted to them or they like might want to smash it some type of way, or they can be super cool. I'm not saying that's everybody, but
we are attracted to okay, I just want to comment on that. What you're saying is like, it's like, it's nice to be around people you're attracted to.
Yeah.
Regardless if you're trying to, this is the reason why we like pretty waitresses and we like,
exactly.
Handsome models selling us underwear. It's like, I get it. So go on.
And I do the same thing. Like I just started realizing that if I hold a conversation with somebody, if I might be attracted to you if I can actually sit there more than 5 minutes.
It sucks.
And if I'm not attracted to you, I want to smoke a cigarette. I'm like, I'm frustrated. I need to get out of here. And I go crazy. My anxiety kicks in. But I do understand that. I think like trying to go on tour with dudes at times, it was more about like I don't know if they thought I was gonna try to get they chicks.
Oh,
or they was like, man, I can't smash and you competition.
Right.
Type of stuff, which is, me like, bro, I'm trying to alley-oop for you.
Well, I will say, sometimes I see you walk in and I'm like, God damn, how many you gonna have? You be coming in like with a posse.
Right. And then chicks do this to me and walk right to you.
Yeah.
Like, is that him for Bob's Burger? They just push me out the way and walk up to you. So it's like, I mean, there's a lot of benefits, but I just think it's been harder, not only because of that, but mostly because like the way I dress, the way, there's nothing over here that's going like, I want to be around that at times.
I get what you're saying. So it's like, I was talking about this the other day with someone about like, it seems that femininity is like, we're scared of it. in the comedy business too. Like we're like on stage, like we're scared of like for femininity to be just out there.
Right.
You know, like that's why a lot of female comics, they dress down, they got ponytails, they're wearing jeans, they got little jackets on to keep the titties in check. And, you know, you're naturally doing that anyway. You know what I mean? You got a certain swag about you. You know what I mean? But it's like, but then masculinity, it's not like that at all. It's like, you know, these handsome, you know, A-type personality comics, they out there being as masculine as possible. Right. And that has a different effect on the crowd. You know, like, so like the women in the crowd are like, oh, I think this guy is funny. Right. And dudes are like, oh, this is my dude. I want to be like this guy. Yeah. But then reverse it, it's like, so we don't have this same, it's weird that we can't have the same reaction to a female comic.
I think there's the comedy that I like when I like to watch, like I can watch you. I can watch there's certain comics that I can watch, and I hate watching comics, but there's certain people I can watch because y'all literally inspire me to go home and write more, because I'm like, I don't even know how you made that topic like funny. So I watch it and I go home and I'm like, okay, now I can go on to this rant of something that I didn't even expect to do. I say that to say, like, I think there's a lot of women who, you know, you do hear about sex a lot. You do hear about certain things. And one of the things I love about comedy is like, who are you? Mm-hmm. What's your truth? Like, if you're a freaking Muslim and, you know, you wear a hijab, do you want to take that off sometimes? Yeah. Like, what's that world?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, are
you saying that you think that the female comics in your experience aren't delving into like who they really are?
Some of them. There's very few of them that I look, you know, I love Yamanika, Gina Yashri, like, you know, Tiffany. There's only certain people that could really bring out something a little different. Not I don't want to say they can bring out something different. I just think it's a comfortable topic to talk about. And a lot of girls do talk about dick at times. They do. Not, and I'm talking about the stuff that I've seen. I'm not like dissing female comics, because there's some funny female comics.
Okay, so then of those funny female comics, I'm saying who were like, look at us.
Are you paying footsie?
I know. Yeah. Do we need to get you some new socks?
Nah, just if you saw my feet right now, you'd be like, we need to get you some new feet. That's what we need.
Cut to a picture of your feet right here. No, but I'm saying, okay, so what about the ones that are like, they're saying, hey, you know, I got a nice body, I'm beautiful, I'm up here, and I am trying to show my truth, but I can't get past with the crowd the fact that, you know, I look this way, or they're uncomfortable with, you know, the women are uncomfortable because they're like, look at their man is looking at them, or whatever the thing might be.
But again, what's your world? Because it's not you just being pretty. It's not you. You know what I'm saying? What are the things that you go through with being pretty?
I know, but sometimes you can't get. Sometimes it's like an elephant in the room. Like if you're, you know, it's like here's a non-sexist way to talk about this. I remember there was this dude, this comic. I forgot his name, but he had a thing with his hand. Like his hand was like, he had like a birth defect, right, where his hand was like it just was crazy. Right. Okay. But he would go up on stage, you know, holding the mic, and it's like, hey, motherfucker, you got to give me, you got to give me one joke about this fucking hand, or the whole time I'm gonna be like, okay, did you burn it? Like, did somebody run it over? I mean, it's like, so all I'm saying is like, sometimes that could be the elephant in the room. You got big ass titties, or you just like so pretty that people are like, you know, they were just like, it's like, what do you think it's necessary to disarm the crowd with whatever your thing is?
I think it's already hard for us naturally. I think if you're not famous, women, comedians that's just starting off, if people don't know you, you already got to put that work in. You know what I'm saying? But when you walk up and you're like, I remember this comic, and she would go on stage, she'd be like, I know I'm fine, and you know, and she'll go into her being pretty, and then she'll turn around and show her butt and stuff like that. But I'd rather watch somebody bomb on stage with material, with stuff that makes like that was good. They just wasn't like, trying to enjoy it.
I get you. And again, this is what I'm saying about how women are different. You just have a different perspective. Like your struggle going on stage and trying to, do what you've been doing it's been a different experience than say some like, super feminine, girl that's up there like whatever, you know what I mean? But there's some out there just, I could just tell, I could feel the struggle is what I'm saying. Whitney
it's so
Cummings,
much.
all these kinds of
It's so
people. I could
much.
feel the struggle sometimes of like the crowd is like, feeling a certain way. So
but that's just what we naturally have been. I mean, it's that system again. You know what I'm saying? Like this is our natural belief, or how we see things in life. And I think there's some super funny women out there. And I think that shows. I think we're growing. I think we're getting to a place, and the ones that are really good, they're gonna stand out. I mean, I'm taking a sketch class right now, so
oh, really?
You try to write stuff out. I wrote something out the other day and thought it was brilliant. And when you hear people read just shit, you like.
Sometimes, okay, you know what I remember
like,
Damon Jr. Jr. had this sketch show he was doing, and I went and did like a sketch on it, like for them.
Was
it was
the
him
Underground?
and Vinny. No, it wasn't the Underground. It was another.
Okay.
This one didn't come out, but I went and like it was so bad, like it was. This shit was terrible, okay? And you know how I knew it was really bad? This camera girl, the camera woman, she's like, she's filming us, and then like, we're doing our supposedly funny shit, and as soon as the end, she was cut, she was just looking like this. And I said to her, I was like, nothing from you?
Right.
And she was like, nothing.
She said nothing.
Nothing. She was like, because I could tell, you go on, if you see a crew, it's like at a comedy club, I always ask the waitresses.
Yeah.
From on the road, I asked the waitresses and the staff, whatever, and I say, hey, are you enjoying the show? She's like, oh, you're so funny. I know they mean it because they got to watch all 6 shows.
Right.
They see comedy every week, and they got to deal with whatever. They had to see the same material over.
Right.
But if they're telling me like, oh, I really enjoy your, then it's real. So,
Well, I'm gonna say this. I remember what sketch show that was, and I was writing on that too. And I was coming up with. I was trying to come up with stuff too. But the problem was we had an.
Oh, there was a lot of problems.
No, listen.
Don't tell me it was just the editing.
No. I'm gonna tell you why the editing became a huge problem. Okay. It's not even just a joke, but the editor they wind up finding. The people who hired them loved him so much, but in every sketch he edited, he would put these sound effects in that made no sense.
Oh,
and they were like, whoosh.
Oh no.
He was this Italian dude.
I was about to say, this sounds like a corny white guy.
Oh, bro, no, it was Italian dude, and he just loved mafia movies, and so you heard a lot of effects like that.
Well,
it's like, why is this in?
But it's hard. So do you want to be in front of the camera more?
I look up to like my Uncle Keenan. I like how he was able to write and then write himself in it.
Yeah. By the way, we've made reference to it, but Chaunte is in
Chaunte
the Wayans.
Jackson.
Yeah, in the Wayans family, Keenan, Damon, the white chicks.
You can't. Apparently,
Damon
he's not
Jr.
a fan of.
No, I am. I love all of them. What are you talking about? They all crazy. You know what I mean?
We're so crazy.
Who do you think's the funniest?
It's so hard to say. You gotta be. I'm gonna just say this. Everybody tags on.
Look at her trying to be a family.
No.
You got a favorite, motherfucker. You got a favorite.
But but here's the deal.
Who's your favorite? Put it down right now. Who's your favorite? Who's the funniest?
You have to hear me out because they're all different.
Here we go.
No, listen. So Sean was the person to help me start writing my comedy, right? And I know people say what they say, but Sean is like ridiculously brilliant. So he would listen. It would be like, I fucking hate you. It would be like,
we are family. Okay. So Sean is brilliant.
Listen. If you said something, right? This is how it go. You say something to start a joke.
Right.
And then this person is going to elevate that.
Okay.
And then Sean impersonates. Sean knows how to do a lot of impersonations. Then that's going to take it to Damon. And then Keenan just comes out the woodwork with like, where did that come from? But you got Damon Jr., you got Craig. So what I'm saying is everybody elevates their, I hate you. You're not going to have me talk about my family. I love them all.
I didn't ask you who you love the most. I said, who do you think is the funniest?
I probably had the most fun with Damon and Sean.
Okay. To me, Damon's the funniest. Like, it's not even close.
Damon's brilliant.
Yeah, he just.
But we all know that.
Yeah.
But Keenan,
you could have said it.
No, because it's different. It's just different levels, but they don't put that out in the front.
Yeah.
I can go to Keenan's house. Like, part of me is pissed because with me doing this special, every time I go up to him, he's like, "What you doing?" And I'll start doing a joke, and he'll be like, "What about this?" And he'll act it out.
Oh.
And he's so mellow. He's like, "What do you think about doing this?"
Yeah.
And then I just be like, "Where the hell have you been my entire career?"
Well, I mean, it's like, it is what it is. You want to do it on your own anyway. You know what I mean? That's I remember when Damon Jr. started doing comedy. His ass was like
Cal Green.
Yeah, he would come out as somebody new but then it's so dumb because he looked just like his dad.
I know, but who really knew?
People still knew.
I look like them and nobody cared.
Dude,
really?
You
don't see? Hold on.
Let me see. Who do you look like?
Let me show you.
You look like Sean. You look like Marlon.
Let me just show you a picture. Just see if you see the nose.
I don't see it. Oh, I gotta put it up. We're gonna put them up right here. We're gonna put like your picture or their picture.
Just look at the Laugh Factory poster. You'll see.
I don't know. But yeah, to me, it's Damon. Damon Senior is like
Damon's dark, and that's why he's so brilliant.
I also just like how he performs things.
Damon's so dark.
You know, when he's just, he performs things.
So dark.
And then like Marlon, I think I like his commitment.
Oh yeah.
Like he'll do something and he'll stay on a character for like an extended period of time, and then people don't necessarily laugh, but they're gonna be like this. Wow, that was amazing,
bro. When we did Dance Flick,
yeah,
his scene alone, which was, I don't know if you've seen Dance Flick.
I don't remember Dance Flick.
All right, there was a scene where he was playing this character and was like blah 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 blah. He was like this acting coach. And it took us the entire day to shoot his scene, and it was only supposed to be like an hour and a half, 2 hour type of shoot.
Yeah, he's just dynamic that way.
But him and Kim remind me of each other. Like when they commit, they go all the way.
Forget about Kim.
Yeah. Kim is one of the other brilliant ones.
That's right. Where's she been? I haven't even seen her.
Kim out there.
She out there doing it someplace?
She doing it. She got a, she had a one woman show.
Oh, I was about to say, I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, she got a Chick-fil-A in Reseda.
Not a Chick-fil-A.
It wouldn't be a Chick-fil-A. She got 2 7-Elevens, one out in Pasadena.
Ain't nothing wrong with starting businesses, okay? Ain't nothing wrong.
Yeah, Kim's funny. I forgot. Yeah, that's right. Going back to the Live in Color days.
She, I mean, again, this is black woman, female. And she's not a lesbian.
Well, dynamic comedy family, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's still going. You know what I mean? That's what's great about it. Not to just talk about them, just to focus back on you. I mean, was there pressure? Is there pressure? Do you still feel pressure today? Like being like you're a Wayans?
You know, it's weird. Seeing the special drop, I think like people, they feel what I'm doing. Because I don't think for me, I didn't really try to go the normal way. Yeah. And I wanted to, like, I remember people telling me to change my jokes and you don't have to talk about so much LBT stuff and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, if anything, I want to get all this shit out in this special. And then I can go into a whole
whatever it is you want to go into. Yeah.
But I want to do this because I want to be one of the first comedians that tackles on these jokes the way I've been trying to do it. You know what I mean? But that's like, and to be honest, I've actually tried to go on stage with like my cleavage out and do stuff. And as I'm on stage trying to tell my jokes, they're flopping. It's not the same image as when I'm talking about getting jumped by 3 dudes looking like I do.
So do you think that the image and the words are an important relationship?
Yeah.
Why? You
can't talk about being a nerd and look like
a cool dude.
Yeah. You can't.
Yeah.
Because there's a delay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like I remember going on stage at one point in my career and I would be like, why aren't people laughing? Like I'm going into my family stuff and I'm trying to do this. And then I realized I'm walking on stage with big breasts and I look like a dude. Mm-hmm. And one of my quickest jokes that wind up working well for me was, y'all looking at me confused, like who is this dude with titties on the stage?
Right.
And that opens up.
Okay, that's what I was saying earlier though. That's what I'm talking about. Like you can't go on stage the way you are. It's like that's like the weird hand. People are like, even though they know, for some reason people need you to say, yeah, I get it. I'm lesbian, or yeah, I look like a dude. Whatever,
Yeah.
Okay, let's get past that so I can talk about this. I mean, that's what I was saying earlier.
So let me ask you a question, because now Eddie Murphy's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he has to talk about what he stopped doing his career around that time?
Let me tell you my best advice for Eddie Murphy, honestly, and he's the reason why I'm doing comedy today. Like, there's no other reason
I love him.
than Eddie Murphy. He should get roasted,
and then have that talk. You don't think he should say it?
No. I think that I think that there should be a Comedy Central roast or a Netflix roast, so you can go buck wild, and he should allow, like, say whatever you want.
Right.
It would catapult him back into the public eye. You know what I mean? Like, because then he would get his chance.
But you don't think people want to? Well, he's gonna go up last, right?
Yeah, because he's getting roasted. He's the
then
he gets to go up last and like respond to all these things and talk about everybody, and
right.
then have his moment, and that'll just then he could be
clear.
I think it'll be all good.
I just see all the fan in you right now.
Mm-hmm. I know, but I mean, I'm what I'm saying though is like I just feel like he's been so famous, and I don't think he's a real person anymore. You know, he's lived in. He goes to Coffee Bean, and he just stays at his house with all his kids and grandkids and stuff.
He actually has Coffee Bean in his house.
You know what I mean? Well, now, but before he was always seen at that one Coffee Bean.
Oh,
People started calling it Eddie Murphy Coffee Bean. You know what I mean? Because he just would be there. But like, I just think that. I always thought that he just has such a profound respect for stand-up comedy. That's why he stopped doing it. Because it's like, what am I going to talk about? I'm so rich. I'm so famous. I'm like, I think he just has a respect for it that he's like afraid to go out and do it. But ever since he was saying, on that Seinfeld thing, he was like, he's going to do it. I would love to fucking see that.
Oh, I think he's going to be brilliant. But I
don't know if he's going to be brilliant. I think it's going to take some time. Because I don't necessarily think that he was ever brilliant. Like, Delirious doesn't necessarily stand up. I'm not a fan of it. When you watch it today, you go, "Ooh, my God."
Yeah. I didn't watch Delirious like that. I watched more of Raw. And
but how can you? If you watch Raw, he was calling back from Delirious. That's how you didn't care. But it was still Raw was my favorite shit. I used to be able to do Raw from beginning to end, even the inflections. That's how many
times he cursed in that episode. Yo, I know why. Like, people are like, you need to we need some clean comedy.
But he just, I don't know. But
I think you got. I think that's the biggest thing in there. That's when he stopped doing it. Is when that time happened.
What do you mean?
Is when he got caught with the transvestite.
No, he didn't stop doing comedy then. He'd already stopped doing comedy before that.
How long?
I think
he was talking about coming back out.
Well, maybe, but I think that he stopped doing comedy. I don't think I think like the last time he did a tour was probably around Raw, and then that was it.
That was it?
That was it. He wasn't out there doing comedy anymore. Yeah, all that stuff was going on while he was like, Golden Child, Beverly Hills Cop 3, and all this other bullshit movies that he was doing. I always feel like I want to. My dream is to, like, he comes to the Comedy Store and I'm on stage and I have to bring him on stage. That's just gonna be I just want that to happen.
You gonna have that joke?
No, I want to be like, oh, come. I want to be like, come to the stage. It's like Beverly Hills Cop. But then like progressively be like. It gets worse. You're like, oh, then there was Pluto Nash. You start going into the like, yeah. Oh, then there was what was the one where he was like the guru guy? It was like he's done some bad movies.
Yeah, he did do some bad movies. I actually really liked Norbit though.
Right.
Norbit was Norbit was funny to me. You didn't like Norbit.
This is what, and you were right. You were right on that sketch show. Right? No. It was dark. You do like dark things, but that you like you.
It was so dark.
You seem to gravitate towards the darkness.
I do. I think that's one of the best. You're dark.
Sometimes.
No, you're freaking dark.
Well, I find like, I just find my perspective sometimes is like it leans on the like, this is going on. You know what I mean? Like,
you're one of those dudes, like if I heard you say I love you, then I would believe it.
Oh. Yeah.
Like, because you just don't, you're not that guy. That's how dark you are too.
I guess that's the compliment, I guess.
It's such a compliment.
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think. Oh shit!
What the heck? Come on, man. During.
I know. It happens every week.
This is the level of Wayans I'm on. When
yeah, you think if Sean was on the phone with Ray? That's actually Sean
told
now.
To call
Sean's
just
calling.
in case the interview is going bad. Just
no.
Cut it.
They I don't know. I've had, you know what? I've had my stepfather who's white. You know, I haven't necessarily been close to him, but I always appreciated that he loved my mom and he was helping take care of her, so I didn't have to worry about it as much. Right. But I'll never forget the moment him and I bonded for the first time ever. Is we're sitting on the couch. You know, it's one of those things where we don't really like. For instance, my mom was trying to get us to like each other, so she sent us to.
Why do they do that?
We went to the symphony, him and I, at the Hollywood Bowl, like. Bitch. So, dude, we sitting there, he falling asleep.
I love that.
I'm like trying not to fall asleep. And then it was like, that was one moment we looked at each other like both sleeping and we started laughing. And I was like, because we were thinking to ourselves, we don't want to be here.
Right.
I should have just been like, let's just bounce. Let's just go get dinner and tell her we enjoyed it, you know? Right. So that was one bonding moment. But the best bonding moment ever is we're sitting on the couch, cable comes on, White Chicks comes on. Right? And then we're looking. And then it was one of these kind of things. You know, and him and I are cracking up. Like, that legit is one of the funniest fucking movies. Just stupid. It's so stupid. It is. It's so stupid because the reason why that movie is so dumb is because you have to, in your mind, go, okay, I have to believe that people think they look like white women.
Right.
And once you get past that block, you're on board.
Right.
Like Terry Crews. Like, you know what I mean?
You know what's funny? Like, I like
you don't like it. I can tell when you look on your face.
No. I liked White. I like Little Man. I like Little Man and Blank Man. Those are my two like.
Okay, so top 5 Wayans movies. Go.
Oh man. I'm gonna get you, sucker. Don't be a menace.
Oh,
Blank
I'm gonna get
Man.
You, sucker. Okay.
Little Man.
Little Man. You like the dark shit.
Little Man was funny to me because of like his facial expressions. So I asked him in person. I'm like, "Could you do that?" I love, and he's committed to what he does.
Our lists are completely different. Like you, I don't even get you. First of all,
what are you talking? Major
Scary
Pain?
Movie is number 1. Okay.
Scary movie.
I mean, you gave me
5. I don't know what Scary Movie 1 was.
Scary Movie.
Yeah.
The first one is like there ain't nothing better than that shit. That shit is fucking hilarious.
But you gotta go back.
No, okay. I'm just talking about all Wayans all together. Scary
Low Down
Movie.
Dirty Shame.
Okay.
What? Jada Pinkett.
That's when Keenan was.
I think Keenan was just trying to put 2 bad chicks in a movie.
Yeah. So I love Major Pain.
Major Pain was dope.
Yeah, Major Pain is. And then that's how I say White Chicks. I think it's Scary Movie, White Chicks, Major Pain, and then the one with Damon and Adam Sandler.
What was that one?
I remember that? Oh, I forgot the name of that one.
I don't think he ever did.
Yeah, they were in that. Yeah, they were in that one. And I also like the one with Damon and Bruce Willis. No, I'm not. Adam Sandler and Damon Wayans were in a movie together where he was a cop and they were partners, but it turns out that Damon was like undercover, and then and then like put the other one in jail because he didn't know that they were like partners. Oh my God. You know what? It's right here. I'm putting it up.
You better not video. Photoshop his face on this.
You know what?
On this thing. Yeah, pull it up.
Why am I? Yeah,
pull it up.
Let me just pull it up.
I don't remember going to that premiere, and I went.
You might not have been born yet. You're not that.
What are you talking about? You couldn't even say, "I'm gonna get you, sucker."
No, well,
that's like one of their first.
I know, but I wasn't a huge fan of that one.
You didn't like "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker."
Okay, I'm going to Damon Wayans IMDb. Okay.
You didn't like.
I didn't. It was okay. All right. My Wife and Kids. All right. Major Pain. Mo Money. Oh, remember
Mo
Money?
Money was good. No, Mo Money was
Mo
bomb.
Money.
Yeah, Mo Money. That's probably in my top 5.
Okay, he's got his Lethal Weapon. What's
you gonna
this?
make me look.
Wait, it's coming. There's a Living Color.
This dude. He don't.
Bulletproof, motherfucker. Bulletproof.
Was Adam Sandler in Bulletproof?
Yes, Adam Sandler was in Bulletproof.
That was a horrible movie.
That was funny.
You must have loved Bamboozle too.
No, I didn't like Bamboozle.
How about Earth Girls Are Easy?
I didn't even see that one.
You didn't see Earth?
Damn. Well, see, you have to watch those things.
No. Let me tell you one of the most.
You get like a family newsletter. Make sure y'all watch Bamboozle.
I was there.
Here's the talking points. What the hell is going on?
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's we won't hear it. It's on the it's on the computer.
I think one of the funniest things about the Earth Girls Are Easy though is Jim Carrey. They were aliens, right? That came down to Earth. Oh. Jim Carrey would learn the thing they were saying. Uh-huh. And know when he messed up and be mad. And literally, they could have been like, and
he was like, I didn't say it right.
He was like, oh man, it was. So he would get mad at saying it wrong. It was like, bro, nobody understands any of this anyway.
They had like, I remember they had Living Color days and all that.
Damn, I used to go to the premieres and be able to get out of school and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was like, are they the first family of comedy, you think? Like, is there another family of comedy people that is like more prolific than when you combine all the careers? You know, you talk about Homeboys in Outer Space. No, it wasn't Homeboys in Outer Space. What was that dumb? The Wayans brothers.
Yeah, Wayans brothers.
You know?
You an asshole.
When those two, like, how many times were they going to kiss on that show?
My grandma used to make us do that when we got in trouble.
I get it, y'all. You know here's a funny story for you. So you know Vinny Oshana.
Yeah.
You know, so Vinny was like middling for it was Vinny and Damon Jr.
That's when I met you, when we all kind of knew each other.
But Vinny and Damon Jr. were going on the road with the dad, with Damon sometimes.
Yeah.
So Damon Jr. had something to do. So I filled in. And I'll never forget this. Damon at the time, he was saying to me, he was like talking about like, yeah, you know, my kids, they don't call me. Like he was like upset about like he was having issues with his, know, family issues, whatever it was. Turns out the motherfucker had a brain tumor. He got that taken care of. Now he's golden, right? You know what I mean? But
it's like we called you every day.
He was like, but he was like, so he was like talking about. So then I remember at the end of the week, he was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have you replace Damon permanently. You know, he was making a joke. Then I said to him, that's why your kids don't call you.
Did he fire you after that?
Yeah, actually, ironically, never worked with him again after that.
Damon could take jokes a little bit, but he would definitely get you back.
Yeah, he can. Oh, he's a motherfucker. I've been at the club. And he walked up to me. And I was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" He was like, "When you going on? Because I'm gonna bump you."
He's such an a-hole.
They're all weird, man. They all like, you know, they all got their little quirks, you know.
They've been in the game for a minute, man.
Yeah, they have.
And I think, I mean, we've had some amazing times, especially early on in their careers.
Oh, really?
And I think, like, I remember graduating from New Jersey high school, and I remember I had a best friend. He was in 11th grade, and I was graduating. So I told him he couldn't come over, but we had this house, but it was super small. The living room was like, you know, this big and stuff like that, but we had an upstairs and that was that big. So not a lot of people can come into our house. My best friend comes over and literally, he lived around the corner from me. I swear it's like a movie. He came over with like half of his family. His mother's in a wheelchair and you just see him coming down the middle of the street with like his whole crew. And I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? So they come in the house, they want a picture. This is how funny my family is. Remember when it was Polaroids back in the day?
Yeah.
So, so they go, okay, you want a picture? No problem. So he puts all of them, like they sit on the couch. And my uncles and my Aunt Kim, like they stand above them. So whoever's taking the picture, only takes a picture of their shoulders and down. So by the time this wasn't the Polaroid, what's the one where you had to go get it?
Oh, you had to go get it developed.
You gotta get
by
it
the time they got
developed.
developed, they didn't know that they didn't get the picture with the Wayans.
And we took like 10 of them. It was just them like doing.
Oh, y'all
all
dark.
types of,
Y'all fucked up.
Oh, we're bad.
Yeah, you guys are really fucked up.
We're really bad.
Well, that's good. I mean, I just feel like, but I just want to know, like, what's next for you? Like I say, what do you see yourself doing? Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to be remembered for? Like, what's, you did this special. I'm sure you wanted to do your own special because this was like a collaborative. Like, there's like 5 ladies on the show.
Right, 6.
6 ladies on the show.
5.5.
But, right, counting. Yeah, right. There was one of them's kind of big, so let's just call it 6. I'm just kidding. I'm dark. I thought you liked dark.
I already had a lot of messed up things to say on here, and I'm not going to feed into that. This is a powerful year for us, okay? No. I think... I thank you so much.
You know what's so funny right now is like if we weren't recorded, like
I would be saying
we would just be
so
saying
much.
it's just I know, but it's like we got. I just think it's fine to have to be more thoughtful about people's feelings and stuff. I think that's what the time and you don't think so?
I think just
you don't care about people's feelings.
I do, but let me get to a point in my career where I cannot care as much.
Do you think that that's still do you think that should be the goal? Don't you think that being thoughtful, I personally believe that, like, let's say I still want to be, if I still want to have a misogynistic joke,
right,
then I feel like a greater challenge is to be able to say it thoughtfully and still get that point across. I'll give you an example of something. Because like I have jokes about, I had this experience where this Amazon delivery person was handicapped. And exactly, it's a nightmare. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you kidding me? And the dude was like, okay, so I talk about it on stage, but I talk about it in a way that it's like, I'm not shitting on handicapped people.
Right.
I'm shitting on the choice of hiring somebody to do a job that can't accomplish the job,
right,
regardless of who they are. You know what I mean? But anyway, somebody came up to me after the show and the lady was like, hey, listen, I just want you to know that I work with disabled people and I appreciate how you doing these jokes. And that's all I wanted because I still got my point across.
Right.
Because what I'm saying is sometimes the message gets lost in the delivery.
Well, I think if it seems like you're making fun of the person and not making him the hero.
But people are always going to feel that way.
Yeah. But I mean, I did a college show and the chick was talking about how she's happy that I'm there because I'm a lesbian, and the girl that was there before was saying so much about the LGBT and she felt uncomfortable. And then I go on stage and I'm like, I don't think you're going to like me because I have my quirks too about it. But I get on stage and I do all this stuff, and the one joke I did was about my fat friend. Uh-huh. And that was the thing that offended her because her mom used to be fat.
Right.
And I was like,
well, tell that big bitch
to lose weight.
No.
But it's not about you really trying to poke fun. It's the situations. It's just the situations. I had a friend who was huge, lost weight, but did everything like she was still fat. You would see her like trying to squeeze in places, and you lost all of them. What are you doing?
She all like, excuse me, my booty not even touching you anymore.
But she was that person, so it's all in the situation.
Okay, see how you just described that is like that's not mean or like what I'm saying is here's what I'm trying to say. If the point I'm trying to get across. Okay, again, here's another example. Old school joke. I would say I don't like being designated driver.
Right.
Because it's like taking care of autistic kids by the end of the night. Okay? So all I'm saying is the point of that joke is that drunk people are I don't know if you've ever been around autistic kids. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
That's the point. It's just an analogy to the point of the joke. Right. But there are people out there who are like, oh, you can't, you say the word autistic. And so what I'm saying is like.
Here's what's funny about that though. Mm-hmm. That autistic kid is probably super brilliant and could do, Noah was autistic.
But if Einstein went out and, had 8 shots, you know what I mean?
That's freaking hilarious, though. but I'm just saying they're actually really brilliant. So there's nothing really bad about being autistic
I know,
except
exactly.
You can't be social.
Exactly. So it's just one of these things where people hear what they want to hear.
Yeah.
In my first special, my first special, I have this joke about vegans. You know, like my premise of it is the fact that don't disguise something that I like with your bullshit.
Right.
Okay. Don't disguise it. You know what I mean? Like, cause this ain't you trying to fool me. So the joke goes, it's like I say, have you ever had vegan pizza? Cause vegan pizza is like a transvestite. Cause from a distance, you like this. Well, what do we have here? And then you take a bite and you're like, is this dick? You know what I mean? Like that. So you get the point of the joke.
I think we should get the hell out on this note. I think that was the kicker. That was brilliant.
But it's just like, so what I'm saying is, in my mind, I think you're gonna get it. In my mind, I'm just saying like a transvestite looks like a woman, and from a distance, you're like, damn, this chick's fine. Right. But when you get up close and interact, you're like, oh shit, you have a dick, or you know, you're like, you're not what I thought. Right. So that's the analogy on vegan food. It's like it looks like a hot dog, but it's not really meat. That's all I'm trying to say. But anyways, I remember doing this at a show when I was preparing for my special, and some lady comes up to me and she's like, you know, you're talking about the, you know, you're degrading the, you know, and I'm just like, you didn't hear what I fucking said?
Yeah.
You know what really pisses me off too in the comedy setting? We are obviously telling a joke.
Right.
So even if you are offended,
right,
obviously my intention is for entertainment.
Right.
Different from like if I'm at a presidential debate or I'm at like a medical talk, you know, about something, and I make some crass joke.
Go to transvestite convention.
Yeah, that there's a time and place.
Right.
But like I can't stand it. Comedy is criticized in a way as if like it's just like, you know what it's like? I already made it. This is just a perfect analogy for comedy. It's like watching white chicks and going, they don't look like women. Right. Why would anybody believe that they are these girls? They look nothing like those people. Right. No, you have to suspend your disbelief and just enjoy it. Right. Comedy is the same way. You have to be like, okay, this is a comedy environment. Right. All right, so let me put the brakes on my sensitivity because this is the environment for this.
But what I'll say to that is a lot of comedians are pulling back. And so the problem is
because we're getting canceled
on you talking about TV and stuff?
You know the whole cancel culture. As soon as you do something wrong, you cancel.
Yeah, but imagine if everybody would have stayed on their path. Mm-hmm. Then you're not really going down. You start going down when everybody goes, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, I shouldn't have did that. Of course.
And now everybody is going, watch out. Even comedians. That's why Damon's not doing stand up. Because everybody's sensitive.
Well, he's too old school. Well, okay, all right. I hear what you're saying. So is your belief then that you should be able to say whatever you want no matter what?
I think if you do that, it just has to be brilliant.
Okay.
You have to,
all right,
because
listen, check
you
this
got
out.
race that you're dealing with. You got...
All right, but check this out. We just said the same thing. I'm telling you. Yes, because being brilliant means you're being thoughtful. That's my whole point. See, all you're saying is...
I feel like you saying thoughtful is like I feel like you're putting a Band-Aid on.
No. I think that being thoughtful about getting your point across takes brilliance. So you should be able to say, like, I go through this whole joke about Amazon, and I have a point in the joke where I say the words handicap piece of shit. I have to do so much to get to the point where they know what I mean, why I'm saying it. But out of context like this, that sounds like, what? How can you ever say that? Right. So what I'm saying is being brilliant, being thoughtful means that you are getting your point across where people know what you mean and they're not misinterpreting it with their bullshit.
But the problem is you're gonna always have somebody that misinterpret. This is
what's the ratio you want though is what I'm saying.
Right. You want the bigger, and I'm gonna say this.
But that's what brilliant means to me.
And one of my special, when I do this joke about talking about unattractive chicks, you can hear the silence in the room of women shutting down. The problem is women have dealt with unattractive men. So it's only cool when it's being done to you or you're doing it. Everybody has somebody that they like or is attractive, and then it's not attractive. So for you to be sensitive and think the whole woman I'm talking about is like,
yeah,
it's
you know what I talk. You know what this is like. It's like we're not allowed to have preference anymore. It's like like people shit on you for your preferences. So like your preference might be like you want somebody tall. Like women love. Like there's a segment of women that like, especially tall women. If you're like 5'8" and up, you want to have a tall dude.
Right.
So they're discriminatory towards short dudes.
Right.
And I hear Tom, man, he was up to here. You know.
Right. Right. Oh, they're the worst.
They talk shit about that, but my thing is like that's a preference.
Right.
Like I have a joke. Look, I say like, you know. And it's weird how the double standard between men and women too, because if I come to some young girl, she's like 28, 27, that's young for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what's up? And she says, thank you, but I prefer younger. And
right,
I like guys that are more fit.
Right.
That's a preference.
Right.
And
you got to take that.
Most dudes are like, it's cool.
Right.
Yeah, but if I say to a woman, I prefer younger.
Right.
And more in shape.
Right.
All of a sudden, it's like, oh my God, your body's shaming. Right. You know, it's a preference. I love asking white guys in the crowd. I'll be like, you ever dated a black woman?
Right.
And some of them are like, you know, oh, I mean, it's not that I don't like white women. You know,
right,
it's like,
right,
it's okay, dude.
It's
okay. It's just a preference. You know, your mom was white, your sister's white. You know, I get that. Like, so it's like because a white person has never dated a black woman, a white dude has never dated a black dude. Does it mean he hates black people?
Right.
No. It's just that's his preference.
Yeah,
you know,
you're around it. I never dated a white girl.
Boom.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, or you go like, oh, and then but. You know, I get the idea of like, well, maybe you might, you know, who knows? But I don't know what that is. Like, maybe it's some kind of, maybe there is some deep rooted like prejudice that we have in our head that like we don't even realize is there. It's like, oh, I don't like, you know, it's like, have you ever been with an Asian girl? You ever been with a Latino?
I have been with an Asian.
Yeah, so you know, so you like.
But I like the culture.
You like the ethnic.
That they take care of like, I like take care ofness.
Take care ofness.
That's a word that I just made up. And,
just coined it.
Yeah, I just coined it. Bam. No, but I just like their culture, which, and then, you know, they're fine a lot of times.
Is it hard for you to date?
A little bit. I'm like super loving in the beginning, and then come like 6 months, I'm like,
oh, so you really are like a dude.
It's really weird, and I'm more mental. But if you gotta keep stimulating me. So like even if you just mention like you want to have a threesome, I'm like, oh, I'm excited again.
Oh,
but to have the same routine, you're not trying to do nothing new, and then you want me to be here all the time.
So you freaky? That's what you just said.
I'm very freaky. Very I you know what? I have this interest in like the dominatrix world.
You'll never find.
You've been waiting to find like moments to sing. I'm like, I remember watching your podcast, other episodes, and I know you want me to.
I want you to talk about your freakiness so I can be like, woo, 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 woo.
There's a meeting in, no.
Sexy time with Chaunte.
I'm so sorry I haven't singing the mic at all.
It's okay. You can grab it. It's right there.
I know, but now I'm trying to. I can't outdo you.
You can. Like, just you have to turn it on, though. Make sure you turn it on. Because people always start singing and they don't turn it on.
I know. Is this
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sexy Time with Chaunte Wayans.
I'm feeling a little dominatrix. I ain't got nothing else, but I'm gonna make it. Help me out, Griffin. I gotta step up my music thing. That's why I'm not on Wildin' Out anymore.
Oh God, Wildin' Out. You was on Wildin' Out?
I was for like a season.
Oh shit. You was flowing on Wildin' Out?
That whole show became about flowing.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
I was like, where's the improv games? That's what I'm okay at.
Was that like a thing in the Wayans for Christmas?
What?
You guys had to improv, like, you know?
No,
if you want your gift, you have to improv.
Oh hell no! My family is funny because we got the Jehovah's Witnesses who still got gifts, better gifts before or after Christmas.
You guys,
but not on the day.
Oh, you guys were Jehovah.
Like,
are you still Jehovah's Witness?
Car? He's 5. And then you gave me a gift card. Like, what is happening? Some of them are Damon, my grandpa.
Really? Oh, I didn't even. Okay.
My grandpa, oldest, he got epilepsy and still knocking on doors.
Oh shit.
He like,
that's scary. See, that's a funny premise. Please, you got to talk about that on stage. That your grandpa got epilepsy and is still trying to knock on the door.
Same door.
Hey y'all. It's like, oh shit, what is going on with you? You have an epileptic seizure?
No, you know what? I might.
See, if I knew that though, if I saw him coming, I'd be flicking my lights. Get off my fucking porch.
You're an a-hole. I completely said the wrong thing though. But you're an a-hole. I meant, what's the thing that they forget?
Oh, he's got dementia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so he's still
you like epilepsy is the better.
Yeah, epilepsy's better.
But forgetting that you knocked on the door.
Yeah.
Like you're just knocking on doors all day.
So you knocking on doors, they're like, hello, and he like, what you want? He's like, what you want? They're like, you knocked on my door. No, I didn't. This is my door.
Yeah, he got dementia.
My mom, so I'm dealing with that with my mom right now.
Is it do you laugh?
Oh, I talk about it on stage. It's hilarious.
Oh man.
My mom's funny as fuck with it. Like it's like she thinks her grandma's alive, you know? So, so I'm like, and she think grandma lived 5 minutes away.
Oh man.
So she wants to walk, you know what I mean?
Oh,
and I'm trying to tell her like, Ma, you can't, and then she'll be like, I showed her on the map. I said, look, Mom, this is our place where you are right now. Let me put grandma's address in Belize. So, grandma's house is in Belize, okay? When it was there 35 years ago, okay? So then she sees the line go down through California, down through Mexico, across to Belize, you know what I mean? And my mom laughs. Erik, grandma's house is 5 minutes away. I didn't walk through Mexico, but then when I first did it, she was like, this is how I first showed her. I was like, okay, Mom, here's grandma's house. Okay, so see Google Maps? It takes 2 days to drive to grandma's house. But you said you walked. So let's change it to walk.
It's like 3 years.
It takes 39 days to walk. 39 days.
To Belize?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It's not bad, right? If we started today, and then she was like, then she just laughs about it because she thinks I'm crazy. That's the thing about it. That's the weirdest thing about it is that she thinks I'm crazy.
But she remembers you.
Oh, yeah. She's not at that point, but she's just like, she has these weird quirks. Like she says like, when, at first when it was starting to happen, it was like, she was like, so Erik, I just got back from this trip. I said, I'm like, you didn't go on a trip.
Right.
Then she goes like this, okay, Erik, I didn't go on a trip.
And you're like,
did this bitch go on a trip? You know what I mean?
I remember taking her to the doctor.
No, but I'm just like, it's a weird thing to deal with. It is kind of funny, but it's just the way I deal with it. Some people are like, oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear about your mom.
No, I think that's funny.
But I'm like,
if they remember you, then it doesn't matter.
But who knows? The day could come.
Look, my best friend, her mother has that. Mm-hmm. And I experienced it last year when I was in New York. I went to her house and my best friend went to work. Mm-hmm. And so it's me upstairs. And so I'm going downstairs and she's like, you want me to come with you? Uh-huh. And I'm like, nah, like, I'm about to go walk to Target. And she's like, oh, I'll come. So anyway, she's trying to figure out the time that she has to pick up my best friend's kids.
Right.
The long story short, I wind up not going to Target because she just kept going back to like, when we coming back, kind of thing.
Then you just go, yeah.
So we get back and then she goes, are you hungry? She cooked oxtail. She's Jamaican. She cooked meals for me. So I go, yeah, I'm hungry. I'm going to take a shower and then I'm going to come downstairs and, come eat. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, okay. I'm in the shower and she comes in with like, she has the plate already made. And I'm shit. Like, I'm not
like, can I
ready yet? But she wanted me to eat. She's like, come eat. So to me, I don't know. I think it's brilliant. I think the fact that she remembers her daughter and her grandkids is.
Well, I mean, like I say, it is what it is. It's like it's not something you can like you just have to have. This is it. This is what she has. There's no sense being all super upset about it. Because my mom still. The weird thing is like dementia, how it affects the brain, but like she's still sarcastic.
Right.
Prideful. You know what I mean? And she still got a sense of humor. It's like the fact, because she's prideful even about this dementia. Because like the thing about grandma's house, this is the fights we get in. You know, she's like, let's go in the car. I'm gonna show you.
Right.
So we in the car driving around for 45 minutes. Like, okay, where's it at, Ma? Where's it at? Make a right. Make a left. And then she's like, if I could just find the river. There ain't no fucking river out here. You know, I'm showing her the GPS. It's just like, it's so like.
But the fact that you went and did that for your mom is amazing. Here's a different take on it, though.
Uh-huh.
The fact, how dope is it to be able to forget the stuff you don't want to remember?
I agree. I see. I started to think about it like, you know what? How great is it that you think this person that you have this memory for is still alive? Great.
Right.
Because my mom was like, sometimes she'll even be like this. She'll be like, she thinks she lives at her grandma's house. So she'll even say, Eric, we're at the retirement place, but we're going to go home soon. I was like, Ma, you at home.
Right.
Eric, I live at, you know, I said, then what's all your stuff doing in the closets?
Right.
You know, there's no way to reason with them. So you just have to go. So I'm finding other techniques. When she wants to go out, walk to grandma's house, I say, Grandma sent word. She's not feeling well today.
Right.
So,
should we take her some soup?
Yeah, no. She's not. And you have to distract them, music, things like that. But I don't know. I've been talking about it a lot because that's how I deal with it, you know, because so people are not hitting me up like, dude, sorry about your mom, you know.
I think that's brilliant.
You know, but just like, because people also have techniques. Oh, dude, I do this and you do, you know, do that.
Yeah.
So it's just like finding a way to, you know, just deal with it, because what it really is it's about how it makes us uncomfortable.
Right.
And so, you know, we have to deal with this like, okay, am I lying? Am I like, what do I say? And yeah, you got to lie.
But the scary part too is like, my biggest thing would be them going out into the world by themselves. That's why we had to move. My mom and my stepdad had to move back from Spain. They were living in Spain for 4 years. And by the way, she still thinks she's in Spain. She on Facebook talking about, I love living in Spain. You know, why is she on Facebook?
Don't get me started.
Yo, I need you need to shoot a YouTube channel with your mom.
You don't understand. I mean, I hope she might even watch this. I hope not. She don't even watch my stuff. But like, you know what I do? You know what I did? I had to go into her Facebook page and made all her posts private. She don't even know. Because my mom's also racist on Facebook.
She doesn't remember.
She don't know.
She don't remember the time.
She just like.
Wait, is your mom white?
No, my mom's she's just like, we're like, that's the Caribbean side and all that. Oh. So like she's like saying things like, you can't say that on Facebook, and she was like, I can say whatever I want, you know. I said, you know, Mom, I'm on TV, so
Eric.
You know. And so what I did was I blocked, like, she don't even know, so she just typing stuff and she don't even know that her posts aren't going public. That's what I had to do.
Eric.
I'm talking about it. I got that. This is what I'm gonna work the whole thing out.
I want to stop this podcast because now I'm like, bro, that's a whole show or a series in itself too, though.
It's funny you say that. It's something something I'm working on right now with my writing buddy. I said, this is it, because you know you go in all these meetings for these like sitcoms and shows, and they're always like, we need to do something personal for you, you know, and you don't know what that is.
Yeah.
And so like, I got something, so we'll see.
Well, there's some. I mean, not to tag on to anything, but I'm gonna just say the fact that you are in a position where you are in your career and having to move your mom in to take care of who has dementia.
I know, it's
kind of level.
Yeah. It's a lot, you know. So, but anyways, you know, it's like that's just the things we had to deal with, and it's like, but that made me start working on my health, because like I'm a single guy again, you know, just got out of a relationship. Not, it can be if it's young, like if somebody's like 50 or 60 and they get dementia, Alzheimer's, and it could be a genetic thing. Right. But like I don't know, so that's why I'm all like, okay, I got to get my cholesterol and get, because you look at all the things that cause dementia, inflammation and all this. So I'm doing cryo. I'm taking like these supplements. I'm cutting back on what I eat. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm like, I got to start really thinking about my health, or in 30 years I'm gonna be like, you know, doing my podcast.
I'm coming over here. I'm like, when are you gonna come do my podcast, Chaunte?
No, before these, I'm still recording it like it's on. You know what I mean?
It would be brilliant if we both had dementia. I'd be like, August 13th, my Netflix special. It just keep promoting the same stuff.
That'd be hilarious. A dementia podcast.
Oh,
but it's not about dementia. It's just people with
dementia. Everybody just keeps forgetting what they're.
People with dementia on a podcast.
Eric,
start doing it. I just start having, like, if your parent or somebody in your family has dementia, bring them on my podcast and I just interview them.
Bro.
It's just so people don't know, like, how. But you know what? In all seriousness, like, one of the things that got to me was when we took her to the doctor and they have these mental tests that they have to do, like draw a clock and make it 11:10. No, it was draw a clock and make the time 10 past 11, right? Mm. So my mom drew the clock, right? She had to do it twice because I saw her, she was working it out, like, oh, the numbers are too close. Mm. So then she drew all the numbers and then she wrote 11:10.
Hey, man.
You know, and I thought to myself, oh, she made a digital clock.
But in the circle.
In the circle, yeah, she wrote 11. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, well, you said.
Yeah, you said.
You know, you didn't say, but then but what I'm saying though is, as I was watching her try to do these mental exercises, I saw that's where I actually saw the effects of what it is, because their personality things flow so easily that you want this person to be the same,
right? But
it's like these little weird quirks. You know what I mean?
I got a relative who's schizophrenic, and sometimes I think she's faking. But and I say that because she'll say something super crazy and then laugh, and I'm like, But I remember being young and her being around me, and she would like talk about how the moon was following her and stuff like that, and so I was always that kid that, and even
is the moon following her?
Yeah. Because if you actually look at the moon, the moon is moving with you. You're like, whoa, it might be following you.
No, it's just so big that, well, anyway.
It doesn't matter. It's just like it literally looked like it was moving with you. But I realized me giving her some validation about what she sees in life. It helps her.
Yes.
Because then she wants me around.
It's so hard for me because that's the problem I have with my mom, is that I find myself being like, Mom, you're in California.
Yeah.
You know, and then you can see the frustration though. You know what I mean?
Go to Spain with her.
Yeah, I know.
Be it like you should go wherever you're gonna meet her. You should dress the whole apartment up or the house as Spain.
Up. That's just ridiculous.
No, this is how you get through life. You can't be a comedian.
They have to do memory exercises. See, my problem is I'm too much of a comedian and I could be an asshole. So when she was first talking about her grandma, I was like, my, grandma, if she was alive, she'd be 140 years old. You know, my mom's like, was she doing good? You know, that's what my mom says. She doing good, like just stubborn. And so then in my asshole shit, I'm like, well, then we should call Guinness, right? Okay, because apparently we got the oldest woman in the world living in the family, so you know what I mean. So it just turned into that kind of shit. So
I would prop up 140-year-old, like my version of what that would look like.
No, I gotta just start calling her
sitting down right next to you.
But you know what's crazy? Like the other day, I tried my thing. I said, Grandma, I heard from Grandma she's not feeling well. Or I said, Grandma's not feeling well today. And my mom went like this. How do you know?
Right.
And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, your brother called me. You know what I mean? Because I was like, why is she trying to...
Right. Figured out. I just talked to her.
She's trying to investigate. Not even that. I think there's part of her brain that, like, in that moment, I thought maybe she was starting to realize, I don't think. But then if I'm confirming that Grandma actually is alive, am I helping her hurt it? I don't know what to do. It's
what
like
if one day she just go, baby, Grandma
dead? I know. I'd be like, this bitch. Like, you finally. You what?
I hate to break this down. Like, what if the whole thing was her not being able to tell you that Grandma's dead? Because now you believe. I know. Now you're trying to help her believe that Grandma's alive.
But I went to the funeral 35 years ago.
She's this whole time been trying to protect you.
Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And listen, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
As you got things going on, I want you to come back on. I'll have all your information below. You can see all our information. This is the lovely and talented Miss Chaunte Wayans, the dark.
I love him.
and you are the best. I'm glad you came on, and everybody, make sure thanks for subscribing. Make sure you hit the subscribe and like button and share, and I appreciate the love, even the haters. I see your comments sometimes. You guys are great. I appreciate all the love and support, and thank you for watching Riffin with Griffin, and I'll see you next week.